Happy Monday, YouTube. Well, today I head over to the UPS store and ship something I sold on eBay. And it's really annoying because after shipping, the gas I use to do this, and the eBay fees, I might profit $10 on it. But it's the only way I can ship something this odd size. And another reason it's annoying is because of this. I literally have to go right over there. It's hard to see now, there's all this stuff. I have to go right across the river because that's where the store is. But the bridge is like 4 miles down across the bridge and 4 miles back in order to get to the UPS store. So headed there now. One thing I've been looking at a lot over the weekend is land, and I think what I'm going to do is I get an acre of land, New Mexico or Arizona, for about $3 grand, $2 grand, $3 grand. Just a blank acre of land that some of them have power but no water or sewage. I'm not worried about that, I'm just worried about a home base. I'd like to have power there, and I can always have water brought in, or I could just take the RV out and get water filled and dump the tanks. Septic's probably pretty expensive to put in. I think if I make it that far over, you know, not a permanent site to live, but another type of COVID thing or something happens, health reasons or whatever, I have somewhere to park that it's mine. I mean, the taxes are like $20 a year, and there's tons of pieces of land all through there. It's just all desert land. And it's a good, safe place. The reason I'm choosing that area is because if you really look into it, there's not very many places that'll let you park your RV year-round on your land, like, and live in it if you had to. You can park it there, but in Arizona and New Mexico, there's a lot of counties there that allow you to live off the grid in your RV on a piece of land that you own. So that's why I'm looking there. Anyway, I had to go here, then I go to the post office, and it's just a nice day. It was 31 degrees last night, a little cold. Got a couple more of those coming up, then it should be basically summer here.
Exit toward Pennsylvania 28.
No more 30, nothing more in the 30s. Well, I've been working on this ice machine today. This is the Igloo. It's my second one. The first one died. They sent me a replacement. I like this one. Okay, the first one died. They made me cut the cord. They sent a replacement. I reattached the cord and fixed it because I already knew it was wrong. These are not self-cleaning, so I have to clean it. I have to get, it's gross. I can't show you right now because it's hard to see. I've been cleaning it, but inside this tray here where the water sits, it's like, it's really nasty. So I got a toothbrush and ammonia to clean that. I like this because it holds so much ice. It makes 9 cubes every 7 or 8 minutes of large cubes. It's quiet. I bought a cheap $25, $30 one to replace it for now that doesn't even make half the amount of cubes. It makes enough for about a drink and a half. And I like my water ice cold, so I always like to have ice. The other one's self-cleaning. It was like 30 bucks. It's a lot louder. It's a no-name. So I'm going to try and fix whatever's wrong with this besides cleaning it. It likes to make a couple batches of ice and then stop. Just has to be unplugged and plugged back in. So I'm working on that today. I was also going to change these belts today, but it sure does not look easy to get in there. I'm probably going to have to remove this whole air box. I think just moving this air box out looks like it'll give me enough room to change those belts. They're not totally bad yet, but they're older, and this power steering squeals. Not the power steering, sorry, the alternator belt. So I'm just going to go ahead and work on seeing how to get this air box out. Looks like it's just connected to this bracket right here, and probably right here. This is what happens when you try to pull branches through the yard to throw them away. He doesn't let you pull them. As you're pulling them, he does this. He's got to grab them. Yeah, my original plan was to keep the belts in the RV and until I broke down on the side of the road, then replace them. But this looks like it'd be a lot easier as preventative maintenance just to change the belts and still carry new belts with me just in case. But I'd rather fix it right here, right now, in the driveway, in the light with nobody driving past me than on the side of the highway with trucks zooming by and rain and dark or whatever it will be. So I'm going to start taking things apart here, and we'll see how far I can get today. I should be able to get this all done. Looks like I'm calling them 10 millimeter. This is old enough it might actually not be metric. These could be 3/8 bolts here. They're all pretty much the same size except for back here. They're a little bit larger, maybe like a 7/16. We'll see. I'm not a real big fan of using impacts and drills and power tools to remove bolts and install bolts and screws and that if not absolutely necessary. So you start stripping things out. So my go-to is always the electrician's screwdriver. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 different socket sizes. Oh, that first one. And to do it by hand doesn't take much. So I can't find my 2 new belts. I did find this here. I was like, oh sweet, a Ford Motorcraft. But it's very dry rotted. I think this is one he changed and just kept as an emergency. Then I measured it on here, and it doesn't come up to be the same as the ones I bought. I still have to find the ones I bought because I don't have the money to go out and buy new ones. I'm going to take these 2 off and measure them now. I'm going to start with a 1/2 inch. Typically all these older GMs and Fords, well, GMs and Fords at least, take a 1/2 inch, and that's exactly what it is on the alternator. Let me grab an instrument for persuasion here. I'm trying to do this without watching any YouTube videos. I've done 1,000,000 belts, not 1,000,000, but I've done 1,000, I bet. There it is. Sometimes it just needs a little persuasion. I'm going to double check the routing of this belt compared to that picture. That goes on the AC, then down to the power steering, down to the crankshaft, up to the water pump. Okay, I will take a picture before I go. I get this thing back on here. I'm definitely going to be underneath the vehicle to put it back on. It goes all over the place around here. Somebody just paid for something. That's always good, unless I sold something, I don't know. Okay, here's the other belt. This looks to be the same as a Motorcraft. It's another Motorcraft. It's also very dry rotted. So I do want to replace this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to look around for the belts that I bought, which were good belts. See if I can find them. Well, I couldn't find the belts. And I really don't want to buy them. But every time I do my spring cleaning, I see them sitting there and I say, oh man, I should put these things on. Now that I've already started spring cleaning and I've already got the belts off, I'm just going to continue cleaning a little bit and see if I come across them. That's what I'm going to do for tonight, get something to eat, look around for those belts, do some cleaning, and get back on this tomorrow because it's starting to look like rain. Alright, I'll be back. So what was happening before, throughout the first 15 to 30 seconds, the belt would squeal after I started. Then after that, if I turn the heat or AC on, the AC doesn't really work. If I turn that fan on, it would squeal. It might still squeal, I don't know. Kind of doing this live here. I did put a new alternator belt on. I didn't have the other belt, so I just got I had 3 of them. I got the best out of 3. The one with the least amount of dry rot. And yes, of course, there's a chance the battery's dead. I'll find that out now. I figured I gotta change that battery. Just not wanting to do it until I hit the road. I just hate to put a new battery on and leave it just sit here with a new battery. They're squilling, that's good. Battery is charging, so the alternator's good. The battery's short. Started right up. I am going to go ahead and put a load on it. That's the air conditioner on max. Got a little bit of squeal. And it's coming from the alternator. Well, that's noise, that squeal is not coming from the valve. It's actually coming out of the pulley of the alternator. So what I might do is just pick up a 100 amp alternator when I have some money saved up, leave it in here, and if it goes bad I can swap it out. Problem with that is 1 out of every 4 or 5 alternators you buy, you know, the big parts stores, could be bad. So I don't know if I have a good one or not. Probably get a new one, have it load tested at the store, make sure it's good, and then carry it with me. Alternators are kind of expensive. I'm not going to just change it out. I could change it and then keep this one for a backup. That might be the best bet. We'll see. Anyway, belts are done and I'm pretty happy. The squeal's mostly gone. So I'll catch you later. Okay, so I let white vinegar run through here all night in this ice machine. I need to take my vinegar toothbrush try to get in there as it's moving. Get some vinegar on there. Try to get in here and clean all this. It's not really happily doing. That white vinegar all over me. All right, so I just have to do that a few more times with the water to get all the vinegar out. But I'm going to let it run through some cycles here. With the water, because of all the lines and everything, I want to get all the vinegar out of there too. So this will take me probably another hour, and then I'm happy to get the squealing going and the ice machine working again.
Right?
This is the camera I use, and I am mind blown right now.
See the arrow, and you'll see an arrow right there. So you just push it down in there, and it clicks, and that's how you load the battery. But what I noticed was this little area here, and I thought, well, that seems kind of weird because it's got around the edges. It's kind of hard to see, but it kind of looks like that opens up, and I thought, well, what is this? Is this? I mean, because this looks like another spot.
This is Mike's world.
Surprisingly,
I'm going to zoom. I'm going to speed up a little bit.
This is another battery compartment. In there. Let's get that out of there. And so, what we're doing is we're going to remove this little piece right here. Okay.
I just did this to my camera too after watching this.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this single screw.
There's one screw. One little screw comes out. I can't show you on my camera because I can't record my camera.
It's right there. And this is a black table. I put this white cloth so that the side opposite the screw right here, this just clicks in. So you just pop this out.
Oh shoot.
Pops apart.
So that black piece comes off?
Right there. And this back piece comes off. Just be very careful. Just
if anybody else has a Sony CX405.
And I actually found this by mistake. Another person who I manage who had one of these as a dash cam fixed it. So there's two push tabs here. And if you push those in and push up, this little piece, once I get a hold of it, pops right out like that. See that? Now, if I put the cover
put it all back together,
slide it right back in there, tighten that down, hold your extra battery. So I'm going to close this door because otherwise the camera will automatically take our second battery right here. I'm going to put it in there in this empty slot. Look at that.
I don't know how much that I got recorded, but my phone rings every time I'm recording. So anyway, Mike's World showing my camera has a place to put a spare battery. The reason I found that is my battery hasn't been holding the charge as long as it used to. It used to be I could video for 2 hours. Now I can video for about half of that. No, not about an hour. But I have two batteries, two Sony batteries, not those junk aftermarket ones from Amazon. Now I have two Sony batteries in my camera, so when one dies, just swap them. I'm mind blown. I've had this camera for years. So I think that's going to make this video because I'm still working on the ice machine, and other than that, I might mess with the generator a little bit, but I do have a used inverter generator coming my way next week. See, it's supposed to be real quiet. A little one too. It's not like it's not going to run everything. It'll run my air conditioner by itself. So it'll run my portable air conditioner and a microwave at the same time. That's pretty cool. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.